The scenario that emerged yesterday was that I was woken up by 5 a.m. by my wife, who reported to me that my security men were having problems with some strange fellows at the gate of the house, and that some people also were on the walls of my home. And they arrived there by 4:30 a.m. in the morning. And so when the security people accosted them, they discovered that it was the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress himself that came physically with 2 tanker loads, 2 tanker, one laden with petrol and one half empty. And they put one at the gate of my house and put the second one at the gate of the other house, which happens to be that of my neighbor. And when the story came, it was very strange. So I had to come down. First, I looked from upstairs, and I saw that the tankers were actually blocking the entrance to my house. And I came down and asked for the chief detail, who gave me the whole story. And it emerged that they even had a scuffle with the president of NLC, where they were struggling for the key of the tanker. So I went back and made some calls. Commissioner of Police, FCT, SSS director, and tried to get the road safety people to see if we can remove the vehicles. Picketing does not mean you go to people's home, private residence, because you don't know who the occupants are. For example, in my own home, my wife, some of my children, and then the children of my staff members, my cooks, my stewards, and they were all trapped. My neighbor also couldn't go to work. It's obstruction. It's against the law of the country, law of the land. Then putting a tanker with petrol is arson. The place can be caught on fire. And the entire street, the entire buildings on that street will be engulfed with fire. So I don't know what to say about it. I was speechless. That is not trade unionism. It is hooliganism. And I have been preaching that to Labour that you cannot exchange hooliganism for trade unionism. Trade unionism even means you dialogue. You dialogue, you discuss, you talk. That is the art of it. That's why we call it social dialoguing. Because you must continue to talk and reach an agreement on whatever you want. Even if it's government that wants something, you continue inviting them. If it's Labour, you continue coming to discuss. If you're employer, private employer, you continue engaging them in argument. So I was surprised to read about thugs and people hospitalized, people beaten. And I had tried to do some investigation and inquiries. And from my preliminary inquiries and the reports I got from it, it looks like the NLC people disagreed with the talks they brought to my house. I understand that they were contracted to work to 10 a.m., which is council time, and then they can leave. The aim being to obstruct me from going to council. I left my house about 8 o'clock, and a friend picked me up, and I came from my work in council. So I am very, very distressed. My family is traumatized. People in that compound, all of them are traumatized. Some of the cooks and some policemen, aides who have families, they have a family quarter there. They are so traumatized, and it can't be quantified. Even my neighbors, the husband and wife and their children, they couldn't do their business for the day, the whole of yesterday. Those tankers were removed around 6 o'clock or so, and it's quite unfortunate, very unfortunate.
Is there any legal action?
My neighbors said they will take legal action. Me also, it's an actionable thing. And illegal actions are actionable. Nobody's above the law. What they are saying is have a grounds, composition, and of NSITA board and its inauguration. We have fixed a date for inauguration, 18th of April. And they invaded the place with the same thugs and disrupted the function. And we postponed the function and said we were going to fix a new date. Since then, they have been maligning my character and my integrity because I'm a labor minister. And they forget that the ILO convention, I am what the ILO calls competent authority on labor matters for Nigeria. I am the competent authority. Mr. President will not come to do labor matters. Mr. Vice President will not come to do labor matters. Neither will the Secretary to Government come to do labor matters until I pass them to them. But it's an obtuse thing we have here. The labor people, led by Waba, under the NLC leadership, feels that they are a secondary arm of government. And he answers president of NLC. So he equates himself with president of Nigeria. But there's only one sovereign in Nigeria. And that sovereign is President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. And for today, by the grace of God, President Muhammadu Buhari.